The ComLight LAN 4000 can be configured and labeled however it needs to be to accommodate the needs of your office. In this example, it's labeled for a 2-doctor Retina Ophthalmology practice with 5 exam rooms, and the doctors share those rooms. So I've given each doctor their own bank of colors that they'll pay attention to throughout the course of the day. Each button that is labeled means something different. When the PAT light lights, it means that the red doctor has a patient that's ready to be taken back to a room. The lights labeled T1 through 5 are for technicians, and they will start to time themselves when they take a patient back to do a workup. Over the course of time, you can look at a spreadsheet and see every workup. You can see the total workup time, and more importantly, the average workup time for the techs. This will help in training and scheduling issues for your staff. Now, as patients are put into rooms, you light the room number. And in this example, a doctor is either in room 1 or on his way there. Why? Because it's flashing. He also knows he has patients waiting in 2 other rooms and 1 more waiting up front. When he's done in room 1, he can either page tech or optical to come to the room simply by lighting their light. They know they're heading to room 1 when they hear their chime because 1 is flashing. They'll turn their light out, show up in room 1, and get their instructions, and then turn 1 out, and the doctor knows they're heading to room 3. The staff knows that room 1 is now available for another patient, so they can take that patient and put him into room 1, and so on and so forth. We have other lights that are labeled dilate. For each doctor has 2, and when we click on that, we're keeping track of timing a dilation. So we can put in the patient's name, put the fader at 20, and hit OK. So now everywhere in the office, we know that patient Smith is dilating, and there's 20 minutes left in this one. And we could have a patient dilating for the other doctor as well. Slide the fader out to 20, and hit OK. In addition to the light buttons, we also have a text interface. And for texting, we can have preset messages for things we use all the time. You simply click on the message, tell it where you want to go, and hit send. Incoming messages show up with the time it was sent, the name of the station that sent it, and the message itself. Our outgoing messages show up in the bottom panel. As you can see, there's a lot of flexibility in how we can set up ComLight to accommodate your office, and all that is done from our administrative station setup panel, where you can give stations names, decide whether you want them to pop up off the taskbar automatically or not, whether you want to chime the ring at this station. We also can choose how many buttons we want to have on the panel, whether we're going to use sequencing or not, and for which doctors we're going to use sequencing, whether we're going to have timers assigned to buttons, up or down, and so on and so forth. We can name all the buttons from the button panel. With the hint field, choose button colors, and this is where we would choose all our preset text messages. When we're done, the panel should look like your office.